Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Sunday morning the 23rd of June and this is day 7 in the search for 19-year-old Jay Slater from Oswaldtwistle in the great county of Lancashire. Oswaldtwistle is in the east of Lancashire. I'm kind of more to the south. I don't think I've even ever been to Oswaldtwistle. Anyway, he went to a rave, a music festival on the Spanish island of Tenerife last weekend. Sunday night, he left that rave with 2 men. He travelled nearly 30 miles north to the little village of Masca with these 2 men. And then early on the Monday morning, he went missing. Called his friend Lucy between like 8 and 8:30 and said he had 1% battery, he was thirsty. And she said, wait there, we'll come and get you. But he didn't wait. He's gone. He's totally gone. Just disappeared off the face of the earth. So in this video, let's go through all of the latest in the search for Jay Slater. Let's go. So we'll start with Jay's family. His family have issued another appeal, and this is his mother, Debbie Duncan. And last night she said she's not slept since Jay disappeared. When asked how the family were coping with the situation, she said, I'm not coping very well at all. I've not slept, I'm exhausted, it's been awful. I can't give up on him, I just can't. Asked if her head was spinning from the last few days, she said, it is. People say, yeah, I understand. No, you don't. You don't understand. And you don't understand unless you've had a missing loved one yourself. You don't understand what that feels like. Here's Jay's dad and his brother. They went up to the search area yesterday. Dad's called Warren. Debbie has hit out at the trolls who are relating her to Karen Matthews, the mother of Shannon Matthews from several years ago in the UK. I don't know why they're likening her to Karen Matthews. The situation of Shannon Matthews was that the mother and a relative hid Shannon, thinking that they would get reward money, which was just ridiculous, but they got caught. And Shannon was found. This is nothing like that situation. Jay is a man, a grown man, 19 years old. His mother's not hiding him under a bed. Come on now. And she's also hit out at people saying, well, why is she not up at the search area? You know, she's fake crying. She's not crying enough. I can't. And she said, I just can't face it, which is understandable. Many family members cannot face going to the place where their loved one disappeared from. And the police don't want people going searching. Unless you know that terrain very well, you are a liability. So what can they do? They can spread the word to get the news out, but they can't actually go and search. But this is social media all over. This is Warren, Jay's dad, speaking yesterday.
Just hoping that somebody has helped him off this mountain. That's all I want. Just that somebody has helped him get off this mountain. I just want him back. He's my son, right?
If you can put into words what the last few days have been like.
So, nightmare. It's been a nightmare. I just want him back, and that's it.
Just want him to come back. We don't know where he is, what's happened, or anything. I don't know what's honestly. I just can't. I don't know what to say. I just want him to come back home safe. I just wish he'd come home.
All right, so now the dad and the brother have also spoken out. I guess there's going to be conspiracy theories that they're involved or something ridiculous, but I just can't. I can't with these people. I just can't with these people. Let's listen to this interview here. This is a local journalist who has all the latest news from this morning.
Why is it being stepped up? Have they got some specific information they're acting on?
There were a couple of flurries of rumours yesterday, and I am loath to kind of wander into the world of speculation because I don't think it helps anybody. We do know that the police are investigating one or two angles that they might not have looked at before. Some of the papers are carrying news of Jay being spotted talking to a couple of men a number of hours after he was reported to have made that call to Lucy, his friend, just after 8 o'clock on Monday morning.
So, this is important. There has been a rumour floating around. I think it's a little bit more than a rumour, but a possible sighting of someone who looked like Jay, worse for wear, with two men. I don't know whether it would be the same two men that he went back with on the Sunday night. I know that police have spoken to those two men and they were allowed to go back to the UK. They were British men. I don't know whether they were the same two men or another two men. I don't know. We don't even know whether it was Jay, but it was about 10 hours after he last spoke to Lucy. Take that as 8 a.m. You're talking then 6 p.m. on the Monday.
Now, I can't verify that. My police contacts have not got back to me today. They're usually very good at confirming things with me. However, the focus of the search continues to be in the very dry, braggy, arid zone of the rural Tenerife Park near Masca, which is the village where Jay was last seen on Monday morning.
So the police haven't confirmed to her whether or not they think it's Jay. It's interesting if the police normally get back to her quickly. It's interesting that they haven't done. That's potentially good news. But the sighting was said to be near a church and a bench. Okay. So this is where Jay was last seen. So I talked about yesterday Ophelia, who works at the bar restaurant, which is next to where the Airbnb was, where Jay was last seen. And she saw him going the wrong way up into the hills. So if you go to about 0.7 kilometres away, if you go via the road, right, that's a quick walk up the mountain. And then you can take this mountain path, right, leaving the road, taking the mountain path all the way up the mountain. And I think this is the way he's gone, because if you're on the road, you can't get prickled by a cactus. But if you took this mountain path thinking that it was going to be quicker, then he could end up all the way up the top of this mountain. And this is the area where they are searching. This area here, the rural Tenerife Park. And it's this area, I don't know exactly where, but this area where his phone last pinged. So is there a church close to here? Well, there is. There's loads of churches. This is the closest church I could find in Las Portialas. That's the closest church that I could find. But there's no bench. I did find this one a little bit further away. This is El Palma, and that's a little church there and a bench. But there's loads of churches. Could be Jay, looking worse for wear. It would mean he's not dead on that mountainside. But the police haven't confirmed one way or another whether it's him or not. But let's remain hopeful that it could be until we hear otherwise. But the search is continuing. Actually, it has been stepped up.
You know, you can't just say that they're not doing all that they can, as some people have been alleging on social media. The full forces of all the different branches of the search and rescue teams are here doing what they can to find this missing young man, because it's become something of an island-wide concern.
Yes, I can imagine that everybody locally must be very worried as well. But, I mean, the implied criticism of the police has only come on social media. It's not come from anyone else, has it?
No, you're absolutely right. And, it has left some of the locals slightly confused as to why certain people are calling for police from Lancashire to come along, for instance, when a couple of months ago, a missing Tenerife man in York, his family more or less said the same thing. Can the Spanish government intervene? And really the protocol is in cases like this is that police bodies keep each other informed if there is a foreign national missing in their country. But unless there are very exceptional circumstances where the knowledge of a foreign force would be needed, they're not going to bring in a foreign force, because they're the ones who know the terrain and know the dangers of searching in certain parts. While it might seem like a small area to cover, in fact, there are so many hidden gulfs and ravines and gullies and one turn can take you off a path or leave you sliding down a shaly mountainside. I think this is best left in the hands of those who work and live here.
So yeah, the search has been stepped up. On Friday, the family met with the Spanish police, and they said that they're going through every angle they can. The search and rescue teams are out on the mountainsides, but there also is an investigation by the police, who have collected as much CCTV as they can. I don't know how much CCTV there would be. Certainly there wouldn't be any in the very rural areas where, you know, that mountainside, there wouldn't be CCTV there. But there is an investigation going on behind the scenes, as there always is with missing persons cases that go on as long as Jay's has. This is night strider Andrew Knight, and he met up with this hiker who has flown over from Ben Nevis in Scotland to help with the search. And this dude is the type of guy with search and rescue experience. This is what this dude does, and is used to searching for missing people in the Scottish Highlands. Now, I said yesterday that, Lancashire police would be useless. We don't have mountains in Lancashire. We have some hills, but we don't have any rugged mountains. But search and rescue organisations that are used to searching the Scottish Highlands, that's very close to the kind of mountains on Tenerife, minus the cactuses. But this dude here has come to join the search, and I just want to play you a little bit of this. Just flick through this video because they're at the spot where Jay's phone last pinged.
And if you look around here, you can literally see, if someone decided to walk up areas like this, it's really easy for a little bit of loose rock to come off. I'm not saying that's happened, but you can see all the different hazards that can happen in these environments.
Yeah, I don't think Jay would be stupid enough to climb up that sheer face there. You'd need, climbing gear to do that. This cloud that just kind of comes in, it's like got its own microclimate.
So yeah, I'm going to be here for however long it takes to find Jay. So I don't have a ticket going home. I'll literally be here until we find him. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, guys.
So he's joining the search today. This is from yesterday. I mean, it's stunningly beautiful. But this is one of the paths, one of the trails that leads from the road. So potentially this is the kind of trail that Jay could have been walking on.
Do you feel like the air is thinner? You're much fitter than I am, but
100%. It's very humid up here as well.
yeah, you can feel the difference.
There's a lot of humidity up here, which can also affect the body. But yeah, not if you're not into your hiking, if you've got no experience, this is not a place to start off. It's not the place to start off.
No.
Without a doubt, it really isn't.
So very, very easy for somebody who is worse for wear, who is thirsty, who has been to a rave, so he's dehydrated anyway, maybe, has some substances on board still, and is disoriented, struggling because of the atmosphere up there. Easy for somebody to lose their footing. So it's understandable why the cops and the search and rescue teams are focusing on that mountainside. Now, this video, it's from TikTok, has made the mainstream media. Only about an hour ago, as I record this, a bombshell new video has been revealed showing missing British teenager Jay Slater dancing topless in a Tenerife nightclub. The clip lasts 2 minutes and 40 seconds, suggesting it was filmed at 1 a.m. in the hours before he was last heard from on Monday. He can be seen dancing in the club with his shirt off while attending the NRG Music Festival, in footage shared on TikTok. The video has captions including Jay Slater is seen in this video very disoriented. The end footage is potentially a key piece of info. Did he really have his top still on? Okay, let's watch this. I can't make out head nor tails apart from right at the end, but let's watch this. I turned the sound off because I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted music on YouTube. So The end footage is potentially a key piece of info. Did he really have his top still on? Alright, so I can't make him out here. But at the end, you get a really clear shot of him. That kind of place is my worst nightmare, I've got to tell you. I hated that kind of stuff when I was young, never mind now. Okay, so they slowed the footage down here, so... There he is. There he is. So no, I don't think he's got a top on. I don't know. I don't think he's got a top on. Does that matter? But if he made it down here, then obviously there's civilization. He could have made himself known if he's made it this far. So we await to see whether it is Jay who was there at like 6 p.m. near a church and a bench with two guys. As I said, I don't know whether it was this church. It's just one that I found that has a bench next to it. But there's lots of these little churches dotted about Tenerife. Loads of churches. So we await further news. Hopefully they find Jay alive. Hopefully he made it over that mountain and is, I don't know what he'd be doing a week later. I don't know. I think it's unlikely to be Jay. But we have to hold out hope. And if not, then I do hope they recover his body so that the family can lay him to rest and people will stop torturing them. Here's hoping. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Good girl.